This is going to make a lot of people happy, let me tell you. Robert Pattinson has clearly been out in the sun because for his latest film, he's left that pale vampire behind. The movie... This is going to make a lot of people happy, let me tell you. Robert Pattinson has clearly been out in the sun because for his latest film, he's left that pale vampire behind. The movie's called Water for Elephants, and he plays a young man who runs off to join the circus.
That's an important move for the actor who doesn't want to get typecast for his roles in the Twilight series. Mel and I caught up with Robert and Siam the elephant for this exclusive, and we were joined by, as we said, a rather large friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most spectacular show on earth.
Rob, welcome to Sunrise.
Thanks a lot.
First obvious thing is we've got to acknowledge the elephant in the room.
This is my personal elephant, which I brought with me.
You bring her everywhere you go. Were you comfortable working so closely with elephants?
I think so. I mean, I was. Maybe it was just sheer stupidity that I was comfortable. But like I was telling you earlier, I was like, oh, they're fine. They'll never hurt you. I don't know, they seem very spatially aware. I mean,
great, I'll trust you.
Now, did your experience working with werewolves help with this that you could draw on?
I guess so. I mean, it's kind of... well, actually, probably not. I mean, when I'm working with the werewolves, they don't, you know, they're hardly ever around. I'm working with a green tennis ball on a stick, so it's kind of slightly different to this. Yeah.
But preparing for Water for Elephants, did you... I mean, there are scenes there where you're sleeping on her, lying against her, really in close. Oh, no, don't tell me that was fake. No, it wasn't fake, was it?
No,
Did you have to, though, get used to that? I mean, were you brave to start with?
No, I think they're just quite nice creatures. I mean, it's pretty easy. I mean, I genuinely fell asleep, and she was falling asleep at the same time in one of the scenes, and I stayed there for like an hour. I mean, they're very peaceful creatures.
Your skin's a little dry. Maybe you should take care of that. The first thing you notice about a woman's age is her skin.
It is a beautiful book.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful movie as well. It's almost like goes back to the golden years of Hollywood type movie.
Yeah.
Were you a fan of the book before you accepted the movie role?
I'd never even heard of it. I make this mistake quite regularly in my career, that I end up getting movie roles from book adaptations which I've never heard of, and they end up everyone's read them apart from me. It's the same thing happened with Twilight. But yeah, I read it afterwards and just kind of had an instinctive feeling about it. I thought I knew the guy. I thought I could add something to it. Yeah. I mean, it was a very easy decision to make.
There's a better kind of life that's meant for you. Whether that life is with me or not, whether you love me or not, it doesn't matter. But it's got to be now.
Do you find it hard doing a character from a book? Because viewers would have an expectation, they've got their own visual expectation of who the character is, and then you have to portray it.
You just can't think about, you know, any of the people. I mean, you only think about it afterwards, because I think about my own appreciation for the books. I mean, I've done a lot of adaptations now, and I've never once thought about how can I please the fans or whatever, apart from on the later Twilights and stuff like that, because when you think, but that's really to do with expectations have been set already. But with first-time adaptations, you can just, all you're playing is what you felt when you read the book. So I've never really felt any pressure to please anyone.
Do you want to have the final word over... Hello around there. Do you want to have the final word after Reese was doing her publicity, talked about you having a cold in the love scene? I thought maybe you'd like to have the lightest reply on that one.
I've given so many different things. I said, my story on that now is a journalist just made it up, and it was her favourite sex scene she's ever done. It's really sexy. She told me herself.